What's up, everybody? It's the Ginger Yeti, and I'm checking in from home. And today I have another one of the beers I found at Total Wine & More. And this is the Gose Frambuesa. Not even sure how to pronounce that. It's Frambuesa. It's from Casa Bruja Brewing Company. And this is from Panama City, Panama. So another beer from another place that I can think I've ever had beers from before. I don't think I've ever had a beer from Panama before. So this was a really cool find. Like I said, I picked it up at Total Wine & More for $4.99. And it's out of date. And I did know it was out of date when I picked it up, but I've never seen a beer from Panama before, so I figured I'd take the risk. So on the side of the can here, it says it was canned on September 18th of 2023. And then it has a second date, September 18th of 2024. And this is now June. So this is almost a year old, which is totally unfortunate and a big bummer. But I couldn't pass up the opportunity because I've never seen a beer from Panama before, to my knowledge. Maybe I did when I was in Honduras or Belize, but I don't remember. And I've definitely never done a Panama beer on the channel. So I figured I'd take the risk and try it anyways. Looked on their website. Not a lot of information there. Looks like they were started in 2013. They do a lot of different beers, barrel aging, different things. Have lots of different beers, a huge selection of beers. Looks like a cool spot, but it's all in Spanish, and Google Translate doesn't do the best. So this here, like I said, is the Cerveza Gose Frambuesa. It is a sour wheat ale with raspberries, coriander seeds, and Himalayan pink salt. It's 4.5% alcohol. It's like a pinkish can with some hop cones on it. And on the side here, it's got a World Beer Cup. Looks like a silver medal. There's not a lot of English on here, which I wouldn't expect there to be, but it does say ingredients: water, malted barley, malted wheat, oat, yeast, raspberries, coriander seeds, Himalayan pink salt, and hops. So that is a pretty good thing to see. Everything looks like it's real ingredients, fresh, no additives, no bullshit like some of these breweries add. Some of these American breweries add, I should say. So I'm hopeful that this is still good. But I do understand it's at least it's over a year old, or at least a year old. I guess it's almost 2 years old from when it was canned. But it's almost a year out of date. So on Untapped, it gets a 3.66 with 1.3 thousand check-ins. Beer Advocate's an 84, good with 8 check-ins. Both of those ratings seem kind of low for a beer that supposedly won what I think is a silver on the World Beer Cup. Does that look like a silver to you? It's so small. But it looks like that's a silver. Get a nose on it here. It smells slightly sour. Sour and tart. And a slight hint of raspberry. Almost like a tart raspberry soda on the nose. And that is cloudy, kind of almost a pinkish hued orangish color. If I was going to give it a color that I'm looking at, I might say it's around a 9 on the SRM chart, but it's kind of like an orangey, pinky kind of color, almost the color of my skin, I guess. Very bubbly, soda-like head, dissipated quickly. There's almost a salty note to that smell. It's like tart, raspberry, and almost a saltiness. Like I pick up a hint of salty, like salty, sour raspberry. Well, like I said, this beer is canned in 2023. It's supposed to be good till 2024. It's June of 2025. Hopefully it doesn't kill me. Let's find out. Cheers, everybody. I wish I could find this fresh. I wish I would have had this fresh. I would love to try this at the brewery. I can just tell by the flavors that the flavors have started to die out. and the flavors are really, really tasty. It's tart, it's raspberry. Just that little nip of almost saltiness that you do get with some gozes. And I'm not a big fan of salt. I do not like salty stuff very much. I had a mishap with salt when I was a kid, out camping, eating Rice Krispies, wanted to pour a bunch of sugar on it, thought it was sugar, dumped a bunch of salt on it, took a big mouthful, and it was just a spoonful of salt, Rice Krispies, and milk. And it was disgusting. And ever since then, not a huge fan of salt. Don't mind salt on fries, some other things, salt as necessary, but I'm not a big salt junkie. I don't pile salt on things. And so I'm kind of almost like hyper aware of saltiness. So maybe this beer, some other people wouldn't pick it up, but I can pick up just a hint of saltiness in this. And I can just tell when this beer was fresh, it would have been big fresh raspberry. So I'm still getting fresh raspberry out of it, but it's very subtle. And it's tart, a little bit of saltiness. This is delicious. Even a year old or so, or 2 years old. 2 years old, almost 2 years old, almost a year past best date. It's still a really good beer. This is a delicious beer. And for my first beer from Panama, as far as I know, I give us a big horns up. Again, I really would have liked to have found this fresh. Would love to go to Panama and try this on draft. Would love to go visit that brewery. And it's unfortunate that it seems a lot of beers that Total Wine has are out of date. So if you're at Total Wine and you're buying beers, make sure you check the dates on them. But still, all that said, this is a really good beer. I'm really surprised. I'm shocked how well this held up. This is a really good beer. Have you had any beers from Panama? If you know of beers from Panama that I could find in the U.S., what are they? Let me know down below in the comments. I'd love to find some more beers from Panama. I'd love to find some more Central American beers. What other Central American beers should I look for? Let me know down below in the comments. It's an adventure trying these foreign beers. You never know how they've been handled, how they traveled, how long they've sat on the shelves. Obviously, this one's been around for a while. And it's still good, luckily. But it's an adventure trying these kind of beers. And as always, embrace the adventure.